anime podcasters. My name is L. I have a mission for you, Kyo.
I don't want it.
I trust you to defeat Kira.
No, thank you.
But I need your help.
No, thank you.
But
I'm fine.
I'm literally the coolest detective of all times. I'm literally the Batman of anime, and you don't want my help?
Yeah, but you're not Batman.
But all right, Jaian, get back in here. He doesn't want to do it. Sorry about that, Kyo. L's being stupid.
Why is he in Canada?
Because L is the best Canadian of all times. What kind of stupid question is that? Of course. I mean, come on. Hello, guys. Welcome to episode number 7 of Anime Podcasters. L is not
Lucky
here.
Number 7.
Or is he? Lucky number 7, of course. And I am joined with Kyo. Kyo, my man, how are you?
How's it going, guys?
You're doing good?
I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm ready.
Guys, episode number 7, we're here, and we're happy to be here. Today, we're doing a open discussion kind of podcast, and we're really excited about it.
It's Return of the Koalas.
Yeah, the koalas are coming back. They're creeping back into the podcast.
The Koalas strike back.
Yes, they strike back. And so introducing myself very quickly. My name is JaianMusic. I am the host of Anime Podcasters and the creator of the JaianMusic YouTube channel. I'm a musician and anime super fan, and this is why we do this podcast. My co-host is Kyo. Introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. I'm GoPro Kyo. I'm the voice of Naruto, Kakashi, and a lot of people. I am the voice horror of Naruto Abridged, as some of you may have guessed.
Yes, I only have Zabuza.
Yeah. We're working on that.
Yeah.
I'm also the co-writer, the editor. I do lots of stuff on the Daydreamer Studios channel. I also do artwork. So, an example, I did Jaian's newest album cover, the New World cover. I thought his newest track sounds amazing. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, he's talking about Bullied. By the time you guys listen to this podcast, New World will be out for sure for a couple of weeks at least. By the time we get this podcast out.
Whenever that may be.
Kyo, before we get into the podcast, you wanted to talk about what's going to be happening with your channel and Anime Podcasters. Very quickly, what did you want the listeners to know about the podcast and everything?
Essentially, what's happening is we're on a temporary hiatus with Daydreamer Studios because my laptop crashed, is the long and short of it. In addition to that, we're kind of rebuilding the channel. We've got some projects that we're working on that really can't wait to share some of them because we're gonna collaborate with Jaian a whole lot more in the future. For sure. So 2016 will be the collaboration year of JaianMusic and Daydreamer Studios.
A lot of cool things are in the works, okay? And regarding Anime Podcasters,
the other thing that's happening is we are stopping, or we're not canceling this show. I mean, there's plenty of people who still watch it. I don't see a reason for it to stop, so I decided that it's time for Jaian to just take it onto his channel. Like, it can be his personal thing, because he clearly he doesn't seem to have that much anime content, so I think that it fits more with his channel, because because you got some anime stuff, like you've got the covers for songs. I don't know, you've been talking about some anime stuff on your channel and whatnot, and most of our channel is anime based, and we're trying to step away from that and trying to broaden our audience a bit more.
So basically, Anime Podcasters is going to keep going, but it's strictly going to be uploaded on the JaianMusic episode starting from episode 8. So basically, if you're watching this from DDS right now, you want to hop on over to my channel and subscribe if you still want to see Anime Podcasters in your subscription feed. This is basically the long story short of it. But Kyo's still going to be on it. Austin's still going to come on. And
it's still going to be, Daydreamer Studios still going to be on it. Or, the crew, all the guys that you guys have heard on the podcast before, they're going to come on. But it's going to be Jaian exclusive from now on. I also quickly want to mention that Anime Podcasters is a Patreon-supported show. If you want to support Anime Podcasters, you can go on patreon.com/JaianMusic and pledge. And if you pledge a single 50 cents, you can get a shout-out on a podcast. So I have some new patrons that pledged recently, so they're getting their shout-out right now. So a big thank you to Andrew Forster for pledging. Dude, I appreciate it so much. You are amazing. So thank you so much for your pledge, and welcome to the JaianMusic family.
And I also want to give a big shout out to Jeffrey Kanam, and I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. Jeffrey, thank you so much for your pledge of Patreon. I appreciate it so much. It means the world to me. Today's podcast is going to be another open discussion. Kyo and I...
Again, the koalas are back.
Yeah, the koalas are back. We did this episode called the Koala Cast. I think it's episode number 3, if I'm not mistaken. And
yes,
we just
it was
number 3. And we just did we just had an open discussion about different anime topics, and so a bunch of different cool stuff. And we're gonna get into it right now. Do you want to start us off, Kyo, on something that you found really interesting in the last few days?
I just remember that there is actually a Batman.
What? There's a Batman anime?
Yeah, for real. There's a Japanese animated Batman film or series. I don't remember what it is, but it's... Oh, geez, I don't remember what it was. I think it was done by Genion, the same guys who did... they did Hellsing Ultimate.
Oh, right on. I gotta get on Hellsing, man. I keep hearing great things about it. I gotta get on that. Actually, you know what? Talking about Batman, something really cool happened to me the other day. I went to this convention called Comic-Con, and I actually met the voice actor that voices Terry, like the Batman from Batman Beyond. I met Will Friedle. His name's Will Friedle, and I got to meet him. I went with my little brother, and he was going. There's like this section in the con where you can meet like voice actors and different actors.
Yeah.
And then my brother's like looking through the people, like the guests. He's like, oh, I don't know this person. And then he comes across Will, and he's like, oh my God, that's the guy who voices Batman in Batman Beyond. I'm like, wait, that Batman that we watched when we were like on Cartoon Network? He's like, yeah, and we got to meet him. I got to like stand and like shake the guy's hand and say hi to him, and my brother did most of the talking. But that was so cool.
Dude, awesome.
It was so much fun, and the guy was super nice and talked about how he got into voice acting and stuff. It was really cool.
Really?
Yeah, but I went to Comic-Con, and it was such a cool con. It's the only con I go to every year, and it's so much fun. I got a bunch of cool like anime stuff. I got all these Death Note T-shirts. I went crazy on Death Note. I got some Death Note T-shirts. I got an L necklace, and
he showed me that before the podcast goes.
Yeah, and you remember that story you said about that person that you knew that had a Death Note and like wrote people's names in it?
Yeah.
I actually bought like a copy of a Death Note. I just saw it and it was like $10. I was like, oh my God, I want this just to like read the rules and stuff. And it is so cool. It is so cool to have gotten.
Was it like just a journal?
Yeah, it was. It's an actual Death Note journal.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God, I went old school anime on you. You know what I actually got? You know those like poster scrolls? I got a poster scroll of Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! With the blue eyes white dragon.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
With the blue eyes white dragon. I saw it. I was like, I want that, and I'm gonna buy it. But oh my God, cons are so much fun. I swear, I just cannot get over it. I walked around everywhere, and I filmed the video. I'll play it at the same time as I'm talking about this in the podcast, so you guys can have an idea. And Comic-Con was the people are so nice, and the cosplays are so cool, and it was so much fun just to go into a place like that where everyone's just like super nice and just people like cosplaying from Naruto to like Goku. It was so cool. It was so much fun. Have you gone to any cons?
I've been to a couple. There's one regular one that I go to literally every year. It's like around Halloween or so. It's the Bellingham Comic Con. Lots of the people that we see there, it's more so comic book stuff. And the thing that I find most interesting is that we see lots more original creators there.
Right.
They sell like prints, marker built stuff. I actually got my portrait done as an anime character.
No way.
It was cool. This gal did like $5 portraits, and she would just pull out her marker, and you would just pose there for a few seconds, and then she'd have a like cartoon drawing of you. It's really cool.
That is so awesome. I love cons. I love just the spirit of the people there, and I don't want to make it sound like it's a tribal thing or like it's like a spiritual thing, but it kind of almost is, because I just feel like the people, it's a group of nerdy people getting together and just nerding out an entire weekend, and it's so much fun. And just Comic Cons in general are just the nicest like places to go to, and I really enjoy it.
Have you heard of Seven Deadly Sins?
I seen it. Yeah, I tried to get through the first episode.
Not your cup of tea?
not my cup of tea. I didn't get I'll mention this after, but like this happened to me prior. Like I tried the first episode of one anime once. I didn't like it. Wasn't my cup of tea. I put it down. A couple months later, I picked it up again and I watched the whole first season of it. So I'll try Seven Deadly Sins later on. But what's it about exactly?
So it's essentially about these 7 knights who are called the 7 Deadly Sins,
right?
And each one kind of represents a sin. These knights disband after a war. They all go off and do their separate thing. And then somebody starts causing havoc, and they have to get all these 7 warriors back together so they can protect this princess and save all the towns along the way of the journey, that sort of thing.
Sounds very Zelda-esque.
It kind of is, actually. I really like the colors. It's really pretty looking. As long as the show has green or some kind of
color of
bright
money
colors, as long as it attracts the eyes, then I'm all up for it. I'm at least gonna like just watch it. I may not pay attention to the story, but I'll at least like just watch it and soak in the happiness of bright colors.
I don't know. I felt very a bit too medieval for me. I wasn't really into the whole medieval vibe of it. I don't know. Maybe I was just wasn't feeling it with that. But like I just remember like the first scene, like that little blonde kid walks into the bar, and like I was like, what is this? No, and then I put it down. It wasn't quite doing it for me. But it doesn't mean I won't try it. I won't try it again. But actually, talking about an anime that had really nice like colors and everything, I started watching this one anime, and it's actually amazing. And you told me you watched the first episode, but I'm halfway.
Oh, is it K?
Yeah, it's K.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Wait, did you purposely make that joke right now, or was that just like off the like that just happened just because you just thought of it?
I just now thought of it.
Oh my god!
I literally just did.
Wow. Yeah, but K is a really cool anime. It's about this guy called Yashiro Isana, and he lives a pretty simple life, right? And he lives in like this on this in the city that's like super technologically like advanced. Like everyone's got a PDA. Everyone's into like the whole school, and goes to this high school on an island. And basically, it turns out that he actually committed a murder, but he does not remember it, and he has no memory of it. And in the first episode, like the gang, because he killed this one person that belonged to a gang, and the members of that gang start going after him, and this other guy shows up that's not a member of the gang and like protects Yashiro against them. And then the guy is all like, "Yo, I'm not gonna let them kill you because I want to kill you." And then Yashiro was like, "Oh my god, this is it for me." Blah blah blah. I'm like, obviously this is not gonna be it because it's the first episode. It'd be kind of stupid to kill you off on the first episode. This isn't like some Yu Yu Hakusho thing where the character like dies at the beginning. Yashiro like tricks the guy, and like so far in the series, it's pretty interesting how this it's all coming together. Like Yashiro slowly puts like pieces of the puzzle together, what's happening, and like he even like questions like if he exists. It's like all this like crazy stuff. So it's a really cool anime, and the graphics, I love it so much. It kind of like and I know this is gonna kind of bug Church because I know it kind of reminds me, like, I don't know why, but I get this like Yu-Gi-Oh GX vibe of it. And I know that you're not the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh GX does have some very nice colors. I think it does look
like technology.
It looks better aesthetically, but I don't think like I don't think it has as much charm as the first series.
No, for sure. No, definitely not.
I'm sure it's got its ups and downs. I'm sure it's got its ups and its downs. I mean, I haven't seen enough of it recently to like say like I was kind of rude a couple episodes ago. I like to apologize for that.
You like to apologize for that, but no, it's fine. But because Yu-Gi-Oh GX kind of had like this technology, like because like after Yu-Gi-Oh,
it was supposed to be like later. It was supposed to be like in the future for the Yu-Gi-Oh world.
And that was the cool thing about it that like reminded me of K, and Yu-Gi-Oh GX was like just such a huge part of my childhood. And like when I saw like K kind of having that vibe, it kind of drew me in even more. It's fun. It's interesting how like different pieces of anime and what you like retain of what you enjoyed about anime pulls you into other different series, and it kind of like guides you in the path of what animes you will watch and what animes you won't watch.
Yeah, kind of.
So I don't know. I think I would highly suggest watching K. It's on the Canadian Netflix. That I can guarantee you, because that's where I'm watching it. And yeah, a really good anime. And I'm probably gonna watch more when I get off the podcast.
It's on the American Netflix too. For those of you who are curious.
Yeah, and if you're in neither of these countries, you should probably move to Canada or the US. Yeah, I'm sure Kyo's got an extra room.
I'm having trouble finding my own house is the problem.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be quite an issue. Actually, you know what other anime K kind of reminded me of?
What's that?
Code Geass.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So
they do kind of have that long, like that really skinny kind of body design sort of going on.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Kyo, we're going to do something really special in the, right here, right now, okay?
Okay.
So, did you watch both seasons of Code Geass?
What do you consider the second season?
Like right after they figure out that Lelouch is Zero.
I actually already know the ending of the show. I'm not going to tell you though.
No, that's what's going to be happening. I want you to tell me the ending of the show. This is what
what's
happened.
that?
I want you to tell me the ending of the show. I'm going to explain what happened, okay? I was all like, I finished the first season of Code Geass. They figure out who Lelouch is, kind of thing. And then I was all like, oh my God. And I started watching the first episode of the second season, right? It started out like when it was completely random. It was like Lelouch like not wanting to go to class. And then I was like Googling about it, the second season. And then I came across the biggest spoiler of all.
The end of it?
Where I found out that Lelouch died.
Yeah, somebody spoiled it for me a long time ago, and then like I just saw like the parody version of the show online, and I decided I know what the ending is. I just want to see like why everybody holds it in such high regard.
I want you to explain this to me because I just saw Lelouch death and I got so pissed. I'm like, I'm not watching like 25 episodes just to see an ending. I already know what's gonna happen. It ruins it. It ruins it. So what goes down in Code Geass at the end? Why does Lelouch die? Do you know this?
I don't remember the exact reason. And by the way, we're gonna put up a spoiler warning for those who haven't seen it.
Oh, I think people should have already been spoiled by me like mentioning it. And we mentioned the word spoiler enough like for people to know that this is a spoiler. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys. Kyo's gonna final warning. If you just like randomly skip to this part of the podcast, get off if you don't want to be spoiled about Code Geass. Last warning. Kyo, take it away.
From what I know, I think it's that Suzaku didn't know that it was Lelouch and killed him, like stabbed him or something.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how it went down, but all I know is that it's from what I can tell, this is essentially like it's kind of like Death Note. The whole series is just kind of like a more mechanized Death Note, and it has a lot more themes of race, prejudice.
It really does. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah,
I think it's really interesting that they're taking that angle because it just like fascinates me how the way that the world progresses, how kind of American history was and how we kind of treated folks who were of African American descent back in the early days. I mean, you could argue some people still do it that way today, but it's not so. But sorry, off topic there. But I just think that it's something to sort of just soak in and analyze. Like you can always find something interesting, and I don't know how to word it properly.
No, but I see what you're trying to say. Man. Like what you made me think about when you said that for sure is that part where Lelouch uses Geass on the princess, right? And then she goes kill all of the Japanese.
Yeah,
and, people start killing all of the that scene.
I think that Code Geass is more disturbing than Death Note ever can.
I actually completely.
I think that Death Note. I think Death Note has its own level of disturbing. The most disturbing part is mostly just Light's character is the most disturbing part of the show, and that's about it.
Okay.
Because Light seems almost inhuman as the show goes on. But
for sure.
But everybody in the Code Geass series, they're all human. They mess up. They get angry. They actually feel emotions when something. They have the natural reaction to what should happen. or like they have the natural emotional reaction to like whatever situation could have taken.
And you find that makes it more disturbing than Death Note?
Well, what I find more disturbing is like the race relations between the. It's more so uncomfortable, I guess, than disturbing. Like the part that I found most disturbing was like the part where the princess is accidentally hypnotized, and then they go on the whole like killing spree. Like they've gathered all the Japanese into that stadium, and so there's so much tension, and it's so intense. That whole scene just made me so uncomfortable.
For sure. No, I totally get it.
Like it gave a completely different image than what the characters in that scene were trying to give the Japanese, because the Japanese are being mistreated, and like they think that Britannia's starting to turn over a new leaf. They're starting to kind of warm up to them, let them have a little bit more freedom. But then when that whole accident happens, the whole thing gets turned on its head. It's just whoa, like.
No, I get what you're saying. The whole race thing and that whole controversy of it definitely does make it disturbing. But I think that Death Note is more disturbing, and the reason why I think that Death Note is more disturbing is not necessarily in terms of the anime, but in terms of the result the anime has had. Like, I don't know if you know this, but there's actually been people who have committed murders because of Death Note, actual murders.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that
I see what you mean there. Yeah, I do see what you mean.
I think that makes it more disturbing, just because like back in 2007 there was this thing called the manga murder, where like if I'm not mistaken, like people like wrote like and this is a really dark stuff for you guys, but we're talking about Death Note. Like people like wrote like the victims' names on papers and like left it with like chopped hands of the body parts. I might be completely wrong, but that's like something. It was like some messed up crap like that. Like it was absolutely like disturbing. I was like shaking, like, and like that's the thing I hate, is that people can't make the difference between, like, I'm a huge Death Note fan, right? I buy the Death Note. I buy the T-shirts. I got the poster in my room, right? But I love it because of the anime, right? I love the artistic side of it, right? I love how the characters are built, and I appreciate it as a fan. But I can obviously tell the difference between Death Note, the series, and the act of murder. But some people can't find a difference in that line, and I think that makes it more disturbing than Code Geass.
I meant like the content of the show is what I found more disturbing.
All right.
Like,
okay, yeah.
I wasn't necessarily talking about like people being inspired to like go kill Japanese. I mean, that's just racist,
and
just
disgusting.
racist people in America, you know.
Well, it doesn't have to just be in America. It could be
it's
anywhere.
not just America. I was just like, that's the first thing that came to my head.
No, I completely understand. But I don't know, because I only saw the first season of Code Geass, so I'm kind of biased towards Death Note as well, because I'm a huge Death Note fan. But I don't know.
That's all right,
I think what we can put. This is what I think. Maybe Code Geass is more disturbing, but Death Note is definitely darker.
Yeah, I mean? There you go. That's a better way of saying it.
I think that's a good way to place the two. And while we're on the topic of Death Note, I have some, because we did episode 4 of the podcast. We did this thing called What If Death Note What If scenarios, where because Death Note is a very like kind of like a detective case, and and we go deeper and deeper into the solving the Kira case as the series goes on. And I actually had these 2 different what if scenarios.
Before you go on, I just have to say,
go ahead.
Can I just say like what I wish the show had been rather than what it came out to be?
For sure. Go ahead.
I kind of wish that it was more so about like the dynamic of Misa, L, and Light just doing detective stuff. Like it'd be cool if it were
them solving it.
Yeah, like if it were like all 3 of them, like they were a detective group, like sort of the Scooby-Doo sort of thing.
Oh
and
my God,
like each episode was, or every other episode was like a new mystery or something. I thought that would have been a very interesting way to go about it.
That would be really, really interesting.
But I'm still glad that we got the series that we got.
If we do this series that like every episode these 3 solve a mystery, are we doing it where there's no Death Note, there's no Shinigami that never existed?
Yeah, I kind of think so, because I never saw before I saw the show, I just saw like clips of different episodes, and I like the dynamic between the three characters.
Oh, for sure. No,
And so I kind of drew my own conclusion as to what the show was going to be about before I went and saw it. And I'm like, oh, this is a completely different show from what I expected.
Right.
There's always so much fan art of those three characters just getting along and just being cute.
I saw this like really weird GIF on Facebook the other day. It was like L taking a piece of paper from a Death Note, put it in a paper shredder, and then throwing it outside, and the crowd like started like touching it, and then they all saw Ryuk, and they're all like, "What the hell's going on?" and freaking out. And then Light's like, "Why did you do that?" He's like, "I'm sorry."
You gotta send me that. I gotta see that.
Yeah. I gotta find it. It's pretty funny. But yeah. Okay. What if scenario number one? This is actually I wish we put this in the first podcast. I think this is such a good one. Okay. What if Rem was the first Shinigami to drop the Death Note, and Light picked it up, and Rem became Light's original Shinigami, and Ryuk wasn't introduced till later on in the series? Well, how do you think?
So like if the Shinigami switched humans,
basically. Huh? That's pretty good.
I think mostly the only change that I could think of would be the dynamic between the characters. Like when they meet, it's sort of like Rem sort of becomes the kind of a protective figure for Misa, which is what ultimately leads to the death of that character.
Right.
But I feel like it would have been kind of fun. I think it'd be kind of funny if there were some playful banter between Light and Rem. And I think the relationship between Ryuk and Misa would actually be really funny.
That'd be pretty funny. But here's the
thing. Ryuk is honestly one of the funniest villain-ish characters. I think he'd be considered more of an anti-hero or just chaotic neutral, if you know what I mean.
Oh, he's a chaotic neutral for sure.
Yeah.
He's so neutral it's not even fun. I can't even think of a more neutral character in an anime than Ryuk.
Well, like his only motivation is he's bored. But outside of that, there's the fact that he needs to kill people in order to live. So it's just like, I killed somebody. Exactly. It's like I killed somebody. This is my life source.
Yeah. But here's what I think. Okay, first of all, I think that Rem. I don't think Rem would have had the same feelings as to like Light as she had to like Misa, but I think that Rem is more of a caring Shinigami, right? So I feel like Rem would have cooperated more with Light than Ryuk. Let's say like Light had to like force Ryuk, like, oh, you can't eat your apples, so you gotta find all the cameras and wiretaps, right?
I guess like we probably wouldn't have gotten that whole scene where Ryuk is like twisting his body and whatnot.
Right. I think that. I think Rem would have also helped out Light even more in the whole Ray Pember thing.
Oh yeah,
for sure. And also, here's the big plot twist. Big plot twist. Rem is the one who writes L's name in the Death Note, right?
Yeah.
How does that still happen with Rem being Light's Shinigami? That's the big question I have, and I don't think it does. And here's why. Well, actually, I've been talking for a while. What do you think? Do you think it still happens?
Well, the whole reason that Rem went ahead with that killing Light or L, sorry, they both have L names. It drives me insane.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't have ended that way. I don't think that. I really don't know how it would turn out because, like, the way that the show is paced out. And the way that it's written, it's kind of hard for me to imagine how it would change like later on because every single decision that a character makes in a show or a series or any kind of literature that impacts what the story becomes later on.
Yeah.
So like if you just switched around like two characters, you'd probably have like an immensely different series. So I don't think that that L would have died if that or have been killed.
No, I don't think L would have died, and I think that the series goes definitely towards a quicker Light defeat, because L was super close to figuring it out that the 13-day rule was fake in that scenario. I think that Rem sticks around still, and that Death Note is potentially discovered. Actually, I don't even know, because would Light even forfeit ownership of the Death Note? And Ichigo gets the Death Note. Oh my god, it changes everything. This is such a mind, you know what? It's
a brain tickler, you know?
It really is. Okay, second brain tickler. What if this entire point in time, right, where Kira Light is Kira, right? What if L was also Kira, right? And had her Death Note and a Shinigami. Ryuk never told Light about it because Ryuk is neutral, and L had a Death Note and already knew the entire point and already knew that Light was it. How would that like change the series? That would flip everything. That would change the entire series.
Dude, I think it would be an incredibly clever plot twist if that were the case.
Oh, it's so amazing. It's so cool. I think the best.
Like if the character, like I think it's fascinating or even gut wrenching when a character that you grow up with, like throughout a series, and then somebody pulls the switch on you with, like at the end, it turns out the character's evil. It's a it's a bigger shock because you're connected to that character, and I think it'd be like huge if that had happened with L. And like people wouldn't believe it because like once you get through a certain point of the series, you feel like you've got to read on his personality, like what he would and wouldn't do.
I completely agree with you. I think it would have been absolutely amazing, personally.
Yeah.
I think that would have been like a kind of because the thing with that is that Light doesn't know L's real name. He goes by Ryuzaki, which is the pop singer in Death Note, right?
Yeah.
So and Light just like L knows Light's name. He could just like write down Light's name right away and just like, I suspect you. I know you're Kira, Light Yagami, and then like Light dies. But like he could do it in a like really clever way, like at the very end to make it look like Light committed suicide.
Yeah.
Something like that. But oh my god, that would have completely flipped everything around.
Jeez, that'd be an incredible like alternate universe series. I'm kind of glad that Death Note doesn't have like more than one like anime adaptation.
No, for sure.
Because there is another manga out there with with Ryuk visiting a completely different character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't remember what it is, but there's it might take place after the events of the original Death Note, but it's this younger kid, and this kid is presented with the Death Note, and he finds Ryuk. That's all I can remember, but Allie showed me this manga that she had for it. Like, the fact that there was a spin-off of it was kind of interesting to me. Like, I want to know what exactly that would be. I mean, I'm sure you could probably find the full thing online somewhere. Who knows?
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
I can't find anything. But the one thing that's happening with Death Note is going to be the American movie remake.
Yeah, kind of curious as to how that's going to go. I think, or the
I have the go ahead.
From the research that I did, it's the director of the film is Shane Black, who is the guy who directed Iron Man 3. So you can draw your own conclusions there. Like if you guys hated Iron Man 3 or not, who knows?
I liked it.
Whatever.
I just hope we don't have a like. You remember when they made that Dragon Ball movie?
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go. Just
I have this weird feeling it's gonna be like a Dragon Ball movie number 2, which is it's just gonna be really bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not hopeful about this. I just hope it goes well. I mean, I would be so disappointed as a Death Note fanatic. Man, we're taking a lot of time talking about Death Note in this episode.
Yeah. Oh, have you ever heard of Ghost in the Shell?
No.
There's going to be a live action movie of it. Study up on the original.
Okay, was it called Ghost on the Show?
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Show. What's it about?
For a little bit of background, this is the film, or like one of the films, that inspired the Matrix trilogy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. A lot, like if you just watch the whole film like straight through and then you look at the first Matrix movie, you'll see that there's quite a bit of stuff that they borrowed from that film. But anyway, the story of it is it's based around this cybernetic cop, and this cop is she's mostly a robot. I didn't get through very much of the film. I saw it like a few years ago when I was still warming up to anime. I don't know exactly where it goes from there, but it's in a world where what's human, what's inhuman, like because robots are kind of like have their own rights. Cyborgs have their own rights, that sort of thing.
That sounds really cool.
I've been told it's cool. I keep wanting to see it. I think I have a library that has it in their video or their video section. I need to go check it out.
You need to crash that place right now.
Yeah, I do. I think I do. Next paycheck.
Next paycheck. Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds like a really interesting anime. Did you hear the news about the Attack on Titan series?
About the series?
Yeah, Attack on Titan. Did you hear about what happened with it?
No, what happened?
About season 2?
What about it?
It got pushed back another year.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I know,
dude.
I know. I was so mad when I saw that. It was like
well, here's what I can tell you. They definitely aren't done. Like, they're not canceled.
No, I know.
They made just enough money, and then they got a movie, and even though the movie did horribly, the show was like, I don't know, just shelling out a whole bunch of merchandise, and that's like where people consider success to be with shows, but like, this is just what the corporations think, you know?
No, but like back in 20, I remember they announced back in 2014. Like, this is 2 years ago. 2014 was 2 years ago. They're all like, "Yo, fall 2016, new Attack on Titan season 2. It's going down," kind of thing, right? And then they put out this announcement about how they have to push back the series because the manga they want to let the manga like write a couple more chapters, and then they don't want to like go faster than the manga, right? They want to give a bit of like space between the two.
Well, I think it's good though that they're doing that because it shows that they care. They're not gonna pull in Naruto and give you like a few like 2 years or something of filler.
No, for sure. But like, I was so ready for some Attack on Titan, man. I was so ready.
I can totally understand like everybody who was upset about it. Like, I didn't keep up with the series very well, to be honest, but I do want to get it in like in English. Like, I want to get it.
You have to watch the whole thing. If there's any other thing you have to watch also, you have to watch the abridged series of Attack on Titan. They just
by A Bridge on Titan.
Yeah. Oh my god. Did you watch it?
I saw the first version that came out. Before that, I saw the Attack on Titan abridged by Team 4-Star. That one was more my speed.
I know. They just like crushed the first like 7 episodes of the series into like one epic like 20-minute abridged episode. It was so good. And I love like the one part like, Titans are entering the city. Please go by the only exit we have. And to calm you down, here's some relaxing music. And they just start playing like calming jazz music. And like all you can hear is like people screaming, "Ah!"
Yeah.
You see, like,
it's a shame that it got that like they didn't continue it because they actually got struck with some copyright stuff.
Yeah, I know.
So much bullcrap.
Was there any other anime stuff you wanted to mention before we start closing out?
You hear about the what happened with Naruto in the new series?
Boruto?
Yeah, the Boruto series.
What happened with it?
Yeah, they killed off Naruto in the series. They killed his dad.
Oh my god.
I just shared the article with Austin, and he and I were talking about Naruto abridged, and I showed him the link, and he's like, "Yeah, we're not abridging that. Like, if we ever get into Shippuden, we're not doing it."
By the time you guys get into Shippuden, oh my god, I'll be like 80 years old.
Oh my gosh, I know, right?
One episode a year.
Hey, we've gotten a second episode out, so hush you.
Oh my god.
Once I get like virus protection or whatever, I'll be able to make videos like bam.
Use protection.
I need an actual I need a PC is what I need, man. I need my own PC. Forget laptops. You don't know who Miyazaki is, do you?
No, but go ahead, whatever. It's okay.
Okay, well, apparently I think the guy's doing another anime movie. Or like it's I can't remember what it was, but I heard that he's doing a new one or something.
Miyazaki? Right on.
Huh?
He's doing a new anime movie?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Do you know what it's going to be about?
I have no idea. I just heard that he's doing it. Like the last movie that he made recently, he was like, "I'm retiring," but he said that like every other movie that he's made.
Right?
But
wow.
I'm kind of excited. I haven't seen all the Studio Ghibli movies just yet. Or yeah, I'll send you an IMDb link of Miyazaki. Like
for sure.
Huh?
For sure.
Yeah, so you can see what this guy did. Maybe you'll recognize a movie. He's one of those traditionalist animators. Like he prefers to draw rather than to do CG stuff. But he's opened up to it. He still prefers to draw stuff as opposed to like putting them in the computer because it's more like puppets than anything really.
Huh, right on.
Yeah.
I actually.
Have you got anything else?
Yeah, actually, there was this comment we got on the last podcast, which was pretty interesting. My channel, the Villains podcast, and he's like, I like when he said this. That he opened I like Kyo's odd choices. They were probably the most interesting, and Austin's picks were pretty cool. Love Soul Eater. Your picks were kind of popular for the most part, but understandable. Sad to say, I don't really know or understand the villains of Naruto very much. Anyway, we got this really cool supporter, and he's watching all the episodes. So shout out to you, Scott. We love you. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you, Scott.
He's
Greatly
awesome.
appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're going to close out the episode. Kyo, do you want to let people know what's going on with DDS? If there's any other news and stuff you want to plug?
I'm just going to tell you guys once again, I greatly appreciate all the support you guys have been giving us. Like, I saw this one comment just the other day on the first episode of Naruto, and it just said it wasn't that they didn't find it very funny, but they still found at least one joke funny. So I just told them that's okay. Just feel free to give us some constructive criticism. Like if you got some feedback for us, go ahead and leave it in the comment box, because that's what the comment box is. It's not the place for you guys to argue with each other about who is the best Dragon Ball character.
Have you had that in your
No, I haven't. I was just making a joke. Let you guys know whenever we've got when we have a surefire schedule as to what's gonna happen this year, because things are really sporadic. I just recently got a new job because I was floating on unemployment for a little while there. We're expanding, guys. We're working on getting you guys more involved, trying to create stuff that you guys like. Leave comments, for heaven's sake. Please leave comments. If you guys have something to tell us, or if you have a suggestion, just leave it in the comment box. That's what it's for. Floor is for Jaian. Jaian's face is on it. He's gonna talk to the floor and somehow talk to the people. Go ahead, Jaian.
On my end, JaianMusic New World is out. My very original mixtape, 11 songs. Go pick it up on my Bandcamp. The link will be on my channel. Just subscribe to my JaianMusic channel. Would be really appreciated. And everything you need to know about me is going to be on JaianMusic.com, on my social feeds, everything. If you want to hire me on a project, I'd be more than willing to help out because I love to work freelance. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for checking out.
One other thing.
Yes.
With the removal of anime podcasters from the Daydreamer Studios channel, I'm going to announce to you guys a brand new podcast. Don't know what it's called yet. We're working on it. It's coming. Jaian's going to help us out with it. It's going to be lots more fun for those of you who are not necessarily into anime as much. We're going to talk more about like movies, games, comic books, all kinds of nerd stuff. It's going to be like nerd galore. Everywhere. It's gonna be drenched in
my god,
juicy madness of so much
Can you
nerdiness.
Please call the podcast Nerd Galore?
Huh?
The podcast should be called Nerd Galore.
I'm gonna write down ideas in a few minutes.
Good. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, guys, thank you so much for checking out episode number 7 of Anime Podcasters. You can find a free download version, audio version of this podcast. First link of the description. So guys, thank you so much once again. Thank you to DDS, and make sure to subscribe to both our channels. We love you so much. Once again, Anime Podcasters will not be on the DDS channel anymore, so please go over to my channel, JaianMusic, and thank you guys so much once again. Have a great day, guys. Peace out. Bye.
And that is the end of Anime Podcasters. Thank you for joining us.